Nobody dies in the state of New York, as impossible as that would be, but our thoughts and prayers are with the 9 people who passed away, but that is also very, very good news compared to where we were. Infection rate, 76,000 tests taken yesterday, 0.9% positive, so that is also very good news. So on this Friday, there's going to be a lot to celebrate this weekend. Not that this weekend is much different than during the week. We look across the regions of the state. It is all good news. No issues. You see a slight fluctuation, but you always see a slight fluctuation in the numbers. You look across New York City, same thing, slight fluctuation, but all good news. We are very proud of what New Yorkers have done. We're now protecting our progress, right? We just want to make sure we don't have a second wave, or we don't have a ricochet where the virus comes from other states, or we don't have an increase from young people who are congregating. We went up the mountain, we went down the mountain. New Yorkers flattened the curve, but we don't want to do it again, right? One and done. Thank you, but no thank you. We don't want to go through it again. One of the things we're watching are the bar and restaurant violations and the congregations in front of bars and restaurants. We believe that's connected to the increase in the number of young people. The infection rate among the number of young people, 21 to 30, it went from 9 to 13, so we're watching that. I've asked local governments repeatedly to step up and do the enforcement. That's what they're supposed to do, enforce the law. They're not enforcing it aggressively enough. I said the State Liquor Authority and the state police would help, and we are doing just that. Yesterday, they went out last night through primarily the downstate area, Manhattan, Long Island, Queens, Astoria, Rockville Center, Baldwin, Jackson Heights, Lower East Side. They found a number of violations. They're issuing violations to 37 establishments today. So they're doing their job. They're doing it aggressively. But again, the state police and the SLA are not going to be enough. Local government, step up and do your job. NYPD, do your job. Nassau County Police, do your job. Suffolk County Police, do your job. Erie County, the same thing. SLA and state police will continue, and they're there to work hand in hand with the local governments. Something happened yesterday that was actually very troubling, and it's something you're aware of. I just want to bring it back and give you the context. Yesterday, this is on the Trusted Traveler Program, and this has been going on for 6 months. When I was a young man, I was very anxious to cut to the chase and see wrongs righted quickly. You get a little older, you realize sometimes things have to play out before the truth will out. But ultimately, I believe the truth will out. Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice, Lancelot, but that's Shakespeare. Yesterday, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Department of Homeland Security issues a statement that they are dropping their opposition to our lawsuit. We had sued the Department of Homeland Security for stopping the Trusted Traveler Program, if you remember. Yesterday, 2 o'clock, Department of Homeland Security drops the lawsuit. And they drop the lawsuit and they say, well, because New York amended the green light law, so now there's information sharing, so we're dropping the lawsuit. Came out of the blue. I do a statement in response to their dropping it, saying, basically, I'm glad it's over. Later in the day, the Department of Justice files court papers saying they're dropping the lawsuit because revelations have come to light suggesting that the Department of Homeland Security's position was not truthful. Department of Homeland Security made a startling revelation yesterday, late afternoon. New York State was not the only state to have a green light law. And as there were other states that also had the green light law, there was nothing unique about New York to justify their punitive action against New York, because there were other states that had also passed the green light law. It is impossible that the Department of Homeland Security just figured that out yesterday afternoon. It's impossible because I have said it 480 times. Everybody knew there were other states with green light laws. It has been written about in a number of papers. What happened yesterday is they got caught. They got caught. That's what happened yesterday. And the Department of Justice, the Southern District, said, I'm not going to advance a lawsuit with false representations. Okay? That was yesterday. So now let's go back just to review this. You remember the Trusted Traveler Program. February, President Trump does the State of the Union. State of the Union address, President Trump makes a point of saying he's going to be very aggressive on the issue of immigration, and that New York's sanctuary policies got in the way of ICE doing their work. All right, that's in the State of the Union. Same day, Chad Wolf, acting Secretary of Department of Homeland Security, goes on TV, Fox News, and says New York's green light law compromises Customs and Border Patrol's ability to do their job, and therefore they're canceling the Trusted Traveler Program. Okay? Same night as the State of the Union address. Next day, we get a letter from the Trump administration saying the Trusted Traveler Program no longer will be eligible for people of the state of New York. 200,000 people who use Trusted Traveler Program. Trusted Traveler Program allows a person to get pre-clearance on border checks. So Trusted Traveler Program, you show up at Department of Homeland Security, you have an in-person interview, you show all your papers, you show your passports, they certify you that you are a citizen. And then when you come across the border, you show your certification. It frees up you from having to go wait online, going through that Customs and Border check every time you come in. It's better for Customs and Border Patrol because they get a full check. It speeds the line, et cetera. So February 5th, they say New Yorkers out of the Trusted Traveler Program. February 10th, a DHS memo gets leaked. BuzzFeed runs a leaked DHS memo. The memo from DHS says the Trump administration drafted a number of options to penalize states and politically make the point that they're aggressive on immigration and other states aren't. The plans include retaliation measures against states that limit access to records, such as cutting the TSA pre-check, which is exactly what the Trusted Traveler Program is. Okay? That's a DHS memo. I say it is political extortion. We disagree with their position on driver's license for undocumented people, which we do. Because we disagree, we're going to revoke participation in a program called Global Entry Trusted Traveler Program. That is what I said, and now we know that is what they did. I also said, by the way, 15 other states in the United States have the same program. If 15 other states have the same green light program, Why just New York? There are Republican states that have the green light program. Why would you just eliminate Trusted Traveler program for New York when 15 other states have the same law? I said, there are more than a dozen states. So more than a dozen, about 15. We also have the Washington, D.C. in there, and we count as one of the states. There are more than a dozen states, including red states with similar laws. But President Trump and his enablers are once again taking aim at New York's economy. We knew there were other states that had the same law. I then said, they disagree with our green light law. Many other states have it. But it triggers the immigration debate they're so fond of having. Polarization, etc. Their chairman of the Congressional Committee, Representative Benny Thompson, said it is clearly a blatant attempt by the White House to score political points and perpetuate a partisan fight with New York elected officials. February 6th. February 12th, I called their bluff. I said, oh, is your issue really our green light law? Is that why you took away Trusted Traveler program? I'll tell you what. Anyone who applies for the Trusted Traveler program, I will make available all the DMV data. If that's what you say it is, I'll do it. February 13th, we had a meeting in the White House with the president, with Wolf, and his cohort Cuccinelli, and I said, I will pass the law that would ostensibly address their issue. We can't give you the Trusted Traveler program because you won't give us DMV information. Okay, you got it. That's your issue? I'll do it. You have it. April, we passed that law in the budget. If a person applies to the Trusted Traveler program, I would give the DMV data. That was the only apparent rationale they had. You know what has happened since April? Nothing. Nothing. They have done absolutely nothing since April. It has been 6 months since they started this political exploitation of New York. It's been 6 months since they clearly had no basis whatsoever to do this. What they said yesterday in dropping the lawsuit was, there are other states that also had green light laws. There are also other states that also had green light laws. We knew that, and I've said that, and I said it to them, and I've said it publicly, and it's no secret that 15 states have green light laws. You just realized that yesterday? You just realized the state of the laws in this country yesterday? Is that at all plausible? Is that at all credible? We just realized yesterday that New York isn't the only state that had green light laws. Why didn't you look at the law? Why didn't you listen to Andrew Cuomo when he said 11 times there are other states that have green light laws? You are Department of Homeland Security. Is it plausible that you didn't know what the laws were in this nation?